It's been said, I was told it's been said that we haven't been compassionate over here at Hunt County. Well, I want to say this. We were compassionate enough to make an arrest, and we care about these people, and we care about their families.
I'm just lost for words because I really didn't do it. I don't even know the guy who got killed.
In a jailhouse interview, shooting suspect Brandon Gonzales told WFAA's Jason Whiteley he was innocent.
Brandon, the person that was, I believe, in your arraignment said that they were 100%, the person from the sheriff's office said they were 100% sure that you were the shooter.
We are confident in the investigation that was conducted by our investigators, Texas Rangers, and the Department of Public Safety Criminal Investigations Division, and we believe that we have the right person.
100%?
100%, without a doubt. 100%, 100%, 100%.
100%. Knowing that you're innocent, it kills the whole, like your whole demeanor.
Tell him what Ranger Armstrong told you. Tell him exactly what they.
He told me I would get death.
We were compassionate enough to make an arrest, and we care about these people.
100%, 100%.
He told me I would get death.
I've read the Bible 5 times, okay?
Satan read the Bible 5 times too.
Brandon Ray Gonzales, let's talk about it. Doing a little bit of overtime today. And if you're new to this channel, a lot of times I do updates on the stories, continual updates. I don't just cover a story one time. A lot of times I visit it and I do as many updates as I can. And it's really important to touch on some of these stories, especially with Brandon, where the police, I don't know how the Hunt County can say they had 100% proof or evidence or whatever they want to call it, and then turn around and say,
now that, you know, this turnaround has happened after being 9 days in jail, what do you have to say to the sheriff of Hunt County?
On November 5th, Hunt County Sheriff's Office released Gonzales from custody. Randy Meeks, a sheriff, in a statement said that investigators thought, how do we get from 100% to thought they had a credible case until discovery of exculpatory evidence during the course of an investigation.
We'll see you in court.
Yeah, basically.
We'll see you in court.
Now, if you're wondering what is going on, maybe you didn't catch the story, I'll give you a quick little synopsis, but I do have a 20-minute video that I put a lot of work into, which has a lot of video clips, on-scene footage, shooting, I mean, everything. 20 minutes long, so if you want to familiarize yourself, I'll put the link down below. If I forget, remind me, because that happens sometimes, and I'll make a little playlist for the people that are catching up and want to know the story. But if you're here now and you want to know a little bit of it, okay, there were 2 black men killed at this A&M University Halloween party, Greenville, Texas. The 2 men that were killed, okay, is Kevin Berry and Brian Craven. Okay, both 23 years old. Weird thing with the numbers there. They're from Arlington, Texas, I believe.
There was chaos here. Shots fired, 2 dead, a dozen hurt at the party venue outside Greenville.
Now, Gonzalez was arrested. He was hit with a capital murder charge. He was had a bond of $1 million.
23 years of age from Greenville, Texas, was taken into custody this morning and charged with capital murder of multiple persons.
From what I read from multiple news sources, one of them was News One, and there was another one I forget. But they say that there was a total of 8 people that were shot that night at that party venue at around 12:05 a.m.
The arrest affidavit says a confidential witness saw Gonzales in a dice game in the bathroom of the party venue. And seconds later, that witness says Gonzales pulled a gun from his waist and started shooting.
So we're going to get into some interesting clips regarding what they were saying about Brandon Ray Gonzales. I mean, you just got to check this out, okay? No motive.
Sheriff, what was the motive?
We don't have a motive at this time.
No camera.
We didn't, there was no surveillance cameras at that location.
No gun.
Did you recover the weapon from his house or from auto dealership or vehicle or anything?
We have not yet.
Let's try this question again. Sheriff, it's still no motive, no idea of why?
And still no idea on what might have led him to do this? No motive? Was it drugs? Was it revenge for something else, Sheriff?
Right at this time, we just do not have a motive.
Has he been cooperating with you guys? Yes, he has, but not quite all the way.
Has he cooperated with your investigators?
We have visited with him. He's cooperated some. but not a whole lot.
Well, that's kind of funny because later on in the interview, which most people only watch a few minutes, maybe just the beginning, but later on towards the end when he's asked the same question again, he simply answers, yes, he's cooperating. Why didn't he answer like that the first time he was asked that same question?
Is he cooperating with investigators?
He's cooperating with us, yes.
That's quite ironic, being that it came from the same sheriff that mentions he's running for re-election.
I had to run for re-election.
Right? What a slob. To me, it looks like Hunt County has no credibility. To me, everybody in that county should watch this to see what their law enforcement department considers 100% proof. This is what they consider 100%. No video, no gun, no motive, no nothing.
And seconds later, that witness says Gonzales pulled a gun from his waist and started shooting.
But hold on, Melvin. Hold on, iCkEdMeL. How did they come up with this suspect, right? I mean, they said there was a witness. It seemed pretty credible. Somebody said they saw him somewhere. That clip that we showed from the news segment seemed credible. How did you come up with this suspect?
How did you guys identify? How did you figure
We
out
just
it was him?
kept pushing and pushing until people finally started coming forward. And once one person came forward with a little bit of information, then that led to another little bit of information. And investigators were able to keep on pushing until we got the name of the suspect.
Wow, that sounds pretty legit. That sounds something like the hocus pocus people would believe, right? The EVP community, the magical tarot card people, the people that can't think for themselves and have no logic, that need somebody else to be their leader and tell them how to think and do. That sounds logical for those kind of people. But that's kind of interesting, huh? Multiple witnesses, all of a sudden everything falls apart and now he's out free. What happened to all the evidence and the 100%? I mean, let's take another look at another part of the clip where they ask him again, how did you identify this guy?
Like I said, we kept pushing and pushing, and we finally got one tip that led to another, and we were able to come up with the identity of the shooter.
Brandon's had a lot of support, okay, when this whole thing happened. I saw that online. A lot of people came to rally around him.
Multiple friends, family members, and people who say they were at the party are posting publicly on social media that Gonzales didn't do it.
Let me just say that you guys cannot let this go. This atrocity. How can they go on public TV? I mean, basically, Brandon's life is probably in danger. They said 100%. So there's people out there that probably want to target him. There's a lot of people, if you watch the original video that I posted, a lot of people upset. I even saw Facebook posts. A lot of people upset about this.
There's a possibility that I probably lost my job and I'm missing out on money.
Let's talk a little bit about the job situation, okay? This sheriff, the one that's up for re-election, doesn't specifically say where he works, but he does mention at some car dealership, mechanic.
Can you identify where you work?
It's just a local auto dealership here. I'm not gonna say the name.
What was his position?
I had to run for re-election.
What was his position there, Sheriff?
I believe a mechanic.
And it's one thing if you actually are 100% sure this is your guy, but obviously these people over there in Huntsville, the law enforcement, they have no idea what they're doing.
Yes, he works for a local auto dealership here, and we had information that he worked there, and that's where we went and placed him under arrest.
He went to work this morning,
He went to work this morning,
despite what happened over the weekend.
despite what happened Saturday night.
If you're standing on TV, speaking on national TV, that means you represent them as an entity.
Did he go peacefully when your deputy
Yes.
showed up?
Yes, there was no problems at all.
So this shows you guys have no idea. You're the hocus pocus people. You have no idea what you're doing. To me, this throws off the credibility of your entire department, every arrest you've ever done, every ticket that's ever been written.
It killed me because that's not my image. That's not who I am. That's not who I've ever been.
So here's one of my other issues before we get on to the next point and some more clips. Is that besides saying 100%, which obviously they didn't have 100%, you just lost your entire department's credibility, if you even had any, because I had people messaging me about Huntsville, Greenville, whatever it's called. They say, you guys suck. The police department over there, you guys are garbage. That's what I heard from people that live out there. But not only that, as a man, which you don't look like a man, you look like a slob, you look disgusting. I mean, you don't look like anybody that has any kind of character or integrity, but you're the person that's representing your entire department. Where's that interview? Where's the broadcast? Where's you getting back up on national TV and saying that, hey, he's no longer a suspect. Hey, we had to let him go. Hey, what we said was wrong. Hey, we need to make a retraction. You didn't do any of that. Now, I'm glad in the original video I did 20 minutes long that I was fair to Brandon. I feel I was fair because I pointed out his side, the people that were defending him, and also pointed out what the media was saying. And let's talk about what the media was saying, okay? Because they said that Brandon was saying one story, but that the brother was saying another.
While Brandon Gonzales claims he was not inside when the shooting happened, his brother told us Gonzales was inside.
When they heard the shots, him and his friends that he was with got out as fast as they could.
If it's one thing with the media that I learned with the Malia Davis situation is that you can't trust most of them. There's some of them that's honest. It's not even the media. I would say there's some people, some reporters that are honest, but most of the time you can sit there and talk for 30, 40 minutes. They're going to put up 2 minutes and they can chop it up and make you look as whatever they want you to look as. So I'm not sure about this clip. I would like to get Brandon on for an interview. I was talking to somebody that he knows. Who knows? We'll see if maybe we can get that happening. But what I've learned is that these people will chop up, edit, and do whatever. And I do a lot of chopping up and editing myself. But if you notice when I did the interview with Malia Davis, the whole situation with Darian Vence's father, I put up the whole interview as is. And then I made up a nice chopped up version. But the original interview, I put up the whole interview as it is so people can see what it was. And I also gave them the option that, hey, if there's something you want to retract, there's something you want to take back, let me know. I edited. We didn't do anything live. Okay, that's the other thing too. Sometimes when you're live and you're on the spot, you say something, you can't take it back.
And his brother says there's no way.
They got the wrong person. Whenever the shooting was going on, I was outside in the car and I had witnesses to that.
I mean, all the clips that I've seen Brandon saying that he says he was outside. Was there miscommunication? Was this clip taken out of context? I don't know. That's the only point of contention that I'll put in this video again, just so people can see that, because we got to show all sides. But the police department, the investigators were clearly wrong. They could cost this guy his life. It's alarming to see what somebody can say as 100%. In a police department, an official, an investigator, a sheriff, whatever, 100%. Bro, when you say 100%, do you know what that means? That means like there is no room for error. And they had nothing. From what I'm seeing, they had nothing. This cannot be allowed to continue. And that the media, because the media wants to shut us down, we're not allowed to speak. They control all this stuff too. The media just brushes it off and keeps moving on.
That night, I was in the car. When it took place, I was in the car. I didn't even hear no gunshots.
People running out and everything.
Yeah, I remember seeing people running out.
Comment down below. Let me know your thoughts. It's pretty late, so I'm gonna get some rest. It's fascinating what these people can call 100%, and it's nothing. It has to stop. All of those people in power over there, all those people, the sheriff, the people, whoever's getting elected, all need to be taken out. And when I say taken out, removed. That's what I mean, removed. Who's the mayor in that city that allows that? There's not enough. These people think that they can just brush by this and just move it on and keep it quiet and whatever. Maybe they'll do some sort of like settlement or something. 100%. I can't get by that. Like 100%. And then when you actually look and see, what did you have? It seems like nothing. What's that sheriff's name? Give me that sheriff's name. I want to know his name, because now we got to start calling out officials, right? Who is that sheriff's name? Let's start posting him on Facebook, posting his picture, his position. When is the re-election? That's what we have to start doing. What is his name? Somebody comment down below. And I'm sure they'll censor that too. They don't want you talking about that. They can put out Brandon Ray Gonzalez. They can put out his name and say he wanted for capital murder. He killed somebody or multiple people and put his life in danger. But when you start putting out these people's names, then they censor you. Oh, that's doxing. But you literally just doxed this dude. I digress. Let me get some rest, man. Oh, by the way, one final clip. For the people that watched the 20-minute video, this is only exclusive to the 20-minute people video. Did that make sense? I need to get some rest. But the whole vigil shooting situation, this, I don't even know what to call him. Whatever he is, the guy, the sheriff, he stated that they believe it was non-related. I think somebody else was arrested in that situation. So I just wanted to play that clip as an update to that video.
There have been some arrests in the shooting that was last night at the vigil for this shooting that you're speaking of today. Are those two related? If so, how?
We don't believe those two are related at all. We have talked to one of the investigators from Dallas PD. One of my investigators have, and we don't see a connection.
I see potential subscribers